Fast cash rocks. You might not need a fast cash payday loan. It could be the wrong kind of loan for you. There are other solutions depending on your financial status. Let's run through some alternatives. Look at payday loans like a TIVA or VCR. You want to watch Burn Notice, but you have other obligations on Thursday night, so you time shift. Do your stuff on Monday night and watch your program at a later date. Hence, you might not have the money now for a chance to go out with friends, but you will at your next payday or the end of the month or after your mileage check or whatever. So you have to decide if it's worth the extra money for a payday loan to go out now and pay later, or you did not want to miss an event with your family, so now your face bounce checks are NSF non-sufficient funds bank charges. And they are not cheap. Some banks are charging 45.00 and still bouncing the checks. These cash flow problems, hopefully temporary, are a fit for a payday advance loan. Sometimes you have to have several balls in the air at the same time. Say you have a ton of high-interest debts, student loans, car payments, credit card debt, debts you just cannot get rid of. Even payday loans online will not take care of these problems. Now if you have equity in your house, maybe a home equity loan will give you some relief, but home loans are hard to get now. Lenders do not want subprime customers, so they make loans only to people who do not need them. This is a joke, but with a lot of reality. Second, mortgages are tough in today's economy. If you do not have a credit score of 625 and nothing bad on your credit and a good debt-to-income ratio, forgot home equity loans. So you've bottomed out. Payday loans all over the place. Collection calls, over the limit, credit cards past due, foreclosures and repossessions, late charges added on to your rent payments. Wow, robbing Peter to pay Paul is not working. Maybe it's time to consider debt settlement. Usually, debt settlement is a way to keep from going bankrupt. Bankruptcy is expensive. Although she and you can do it yourself, it's time-consuming. Bankruptcy laws are all over the place. One federal district's laws are different from the next. Student loans cannot be bankrupted out of, and some credit cards bills will not fly. Tax judgments are tricky, and bankruptcy can haunt you for literally years. Here's how debt settlement works. Just because I want you to pay your credit card bills does not mean debt settlement is for you. First off, no creditor is going to go for a debt settlement if you are making the minimum payments. In almost all cases, the deal will only work if you stop paying your bills. If the debt settlement company ULLS, you do not have to stop paying run. Here's how they work. They call your credit card companies and offer them a reduced settlement, say 50 cents on the dollar or 25 cents on the dollar. Might it make more sense to the credit card company to take a settlement deal than to try to sue you, or keep up the collection process? Suing you might force you into bankruptcy, so the companies think something is better than nothing. Payday loan lenders consider debt settlement found money. Bottom line, debt settlement is merely a forced saving account on your part. Note, settlement companies are divided into 1, a saving account that you cannot access, and 2, companies called self-savers, where you establish your own saving account that they can draw from. But so can you. Obviously, the self-savers do not work as well as the other, where you cannot tap the money. The settlement companies usually pick up your first couple of months' payments and a certain percentages thereafter. There is nothing wrong with debt settlement companies if you understand what they are doing for you. You can do this process yourself if you want to spend the time. It's hard to work all day, then attack this after business hours. You can also just stop paying and go to ground, so to speak. Change your phone number and take the heat. Not much anyone can do if you do not have any assets, and debts like bankruptcy eventually the bad fall off your credit record. Now you've paid your debts through credit card payments either, yeah, right. Settlement, bankruptcy, or just writing out the collection attempts. You can then try credit repair. We're not sure credit repair really works. They will get any erroneous stuff off your credit reports, but legitimate stuff, who knows? If the creditor looks at your credit reports and sees a bunch of disputes, they're going to deny your request for credit. Period. Secure credit cards are a good way back to human status. Pop some cash into an account and start charging. It's like a debit card. Eventually, if you make timely payments, the secured card companies will give you some real credit. Let's say you have bad credit and need a car. Most modern new car dealers have taken less desirable their trade-ins and auction cars and used car lots separate started away from the main lots. These are usually buy here, pay here deals or we finance anybody type arrangements. The cars are usually bones, high milers and beat to death. You are better off going and finding a decent car and financing through an online lender. Sometimes down payments are financed through payday loans. Fast Cash Online has examples of these credit programs and can be accessed from the buttons on the right-hand side. *, no credit checkoff. The big three credit bureaus.